All right, good Sunday evening to everybody. Hopefully your weekend is going great, and welcome to Diamond Talk presented by Thacker Jewelry here in the Arctic Air Studios. Here in a moment, we'll get rolling, let you guys get in, get a few folks in, find out the audio is good, the video is good. You know what to do. If the audio and the video is good, give us thumbs up, Twitter, Facebook, otherwise. Hit us on the comment section. Brought to you by United Supermarkets in Market Street. And let us know we're all good to go. We'll talk baseball today. Texas Tech dropping a 9-7 Sunday decision out there at Dan Law Field, losing the series to Texas. The last time Texas will play in Lubbock, probably for a billion years, give or take the carbon dating and all that. So I'll let you guys get in, then we'll get on this thing. We'll talk some baseball with you and have some fun on a Sunday evening. Hold on a second. Here we go. Simultaneous sip. Glad you guys are out there, though, and appreciating it always. So, yeah, while we're waiting, everybody doing good? Everybody good? All right, let's do it. In three, in two. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, theraiderland.com. That's the website. You should start your day there every day. Did you go there today? Did you read my column? 5 things we know on a Sunday. Did you comment on it? Did you share it? You should. Tomorrow we're handing out Raiderland helmet stickers. The awesomely coveted, rare to get Raiderland helmet stickers for people, sports or otherwise, who just did awesome things and need a little recognition. We are coming to you from the Arctic Air Studios. If your air is not Arctic enough in the summer or too Arctic in the winter, you call the Bear, locally owned and operated. Great veteran and Shane. You mention us when you talk to them. Also brought to you by, of course, Thacker Jewelry. How could we have diamond talk without diamonds? Guys, it is kind of that time of, year. You might be thinking about popping the question. You might be thinking about getting an engagement ring. You need to go over there, talk to Joe and his crew. Thacker Jewelry, West Texas Originals. Make your love as original as West Texas. Go over to Thacker Jewelry. All right, you guys know what to do. Texas Tech baseball. Thoughts, comments. They lose the series 2-1. It was rocking and rolling early on. The leadoff home run by Gavin Cash, who, if there's a Ricky Henderson award right now, you might put him up for that. Leading off, hitting over 300 and hitting jacks. And then in the fourth, it gets weird. Will Gasparino down the line gives a big shove, knocks Gavin Cash out of the way into the inning. Tempers flare, bench is clear, and it's going to get ugly. And the next thing you know, T.J. Pompey, tracer of homered, and Texas Tech is up, and then that's it. That's when it kind of ended. The offense went south. People will look at the bullpen today, and people will look at maybe the bullpen even, I don't know, all weekend, even though we'll get to Friday night and what happened there and how still some people don't understand how Tim Tadlock refuses to allow one game to beat you twice or even 3 times. And if you don't get it by now, I don't know that I can help you. But maybe there are some new people to Texas Tech baseball. And that's fine. We want to get your comments, your thoughts, your questions, everything else that has gone on this weekend. That's what makes it fun, right? That's what makes it enjoyable. Whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Twitter, wherever you may be watching, we want to hear from you. So yeah, all of a sudden the offense shuts down, and Texas begins to claw back in. You know why? They're a good team. No, they really are a good baseball team. They had lost 3 in a row coming in, maybe 4 in a row coming in. I can't remember which. They played better competition than you had. Texas Tech had played good competition there in Arlington, Oregon State. We can throw out who was the last? Was it Nebraska? UTA. Throw them out, maybe even Nebraska. But they played much better competition than you coming in. They were a little bit more battle tested, even though they hadn't played true road games. It didn't really matter. And I was hoping that would not factor in. I think that factored in a little bit. But Hyatt, Tech's playing at home. They've got Danelaw magic. They give it all that. Yeah, but you still got to execute. You still got to get it done against high-level competition. So I'm going to start with today. Give me just a bit. I'm going to start with today and tell you why this wasn't the bullpen's fault. Matt Gardner is always a target. I get it. He gets it. I understand it. I'll defend him when he needs it. I'll not, tear him up, because there's rarely any time that I look and go, yeah, this Texas Tech pitching, it's horrible. 67.5 strike percentage today. That's around the plate. That's what you guys want, executing pitches. But what I want to look at today, before we get to your comments, and fire them away right now. They should be coming in. I want to make sure they're coming in where I can see them on my comment line. And I've got one coming in on YouTube. You guys can get it on Twitter and on Facebook and everything else. Easy to do. Thank you, Market Street, for taking care of that. By the way, there's one supermarket in Lubbock that really supports tech, and there's one that doesn't, and they support the other school that won today. Situational hitting. All right. Overall, Texas was 15 of 39, 385. You were 9 of 33, 273. That's fine. That's okay. You know, we go from there. 2 outs. They were 4 of 12. You were 3 of 11. Now let's go to runners on. What happened? They were 7 of 20, 350. You were 231, 3 of 13. Let's keep it going. Runners in scoring position. You were 1 of 5, which again tells me you didn't have a lot of opportunities. They were 4 of 13, 308. Lead off, 3 of 11. They were 4 of 10. Let's go runners on third, less than 2 outs. They were perfect, 3 of 3. You were 1 of 1. Again, not a lot of opportunities. So let's go deeper into it and go advancement opportunities today. This is where they killed you. This is where they maximized the chances they had to get their win versus what you didn't do. They were 14 of 26. Hold on a second. 14 of 26. 538 in advancement opportunities, moving the runners around, getting in position to score. You were 6 of 15. Not horrible, 400. But look at that disparity in the opportunities. That's how many more times they were out there with a chance to make a difference. Situational hitting will get you a beat. It'll win a lot of games. And it'll lose you a lot of games. And so we go into the situational hitting to say, all right, so the pitching today, and however you want to describe that, was it great? No, it wasn't bad. It wasn't great. You know, Washburn is got this thing going on, and I really like it. 3 and a third, but the pitch count 56, and it was a situational deal where you felt like the bullpen was going to be okay and pretty good after yesterday, and I think that was the right thing to do. But man, when everything's going right, he's really right. When he runs into a little trouble, that's when the problems begin. He's going to have to get better at that. Today, Trenton Parrish is going to get the loss. An inning and a third. 5 runs he gave up, 4 of them earned. Not horrible again. Not horrible. He gave up 9 runs today, 7 earned. That's not, again, this is a great, I don't know, if not 2 great teams in the Big 12, 2 really good teams in the Big 12 right now, remains to be seen. But you sit there and go, well, the pitching must have been horrible. Yeah, you had, so many walks today. You had 3. No pitcher had more than 1. You had 3 walks, right? You couldn't take advantage of what was given to you today. It was at the plate. Texas pitching today, they gave you 5 walks. All of the runs were earned, though. By the way, they went from Loomis to Toomis, and I thought nobody made enough big a deal about that. It was all said and done. So we get that for you. All right, get your questions, comments in. What are you thinking about today? What are you thinking about this team right now? I like where they are, even though they're 1 and 2 in Big 12 play. I don't have a problem with this team whatsoever. I think it's fascinating how Tim Tadlock again has morphed this lineup and made it do things and be productive. And it was productive. That's enough runs. Seven runs ought to be enough. You just quit scoring today. You know, I like what we're seeing out of that. Give me some home stats today and give me a season stats. So, yeah. Cash is now up to 323 with the 5 jacks with 1 today. You don't have anybody in the lineup other than Lopez and Harrelson under 300. And Harrelson is at 268, but he also has 18 walks. 18 walks to lead the team. Lopez with 11 walks and Tracer with a home run today. So I like where the lineup is. Now, what happens from here? What do you got? New Mexico State coming up here in the midweek. Let's see what happens. Daniel, tough series, lost to a good team. A lot of season left. Tell football guy not to panic. Thank you, Daniel. And we should probably have a special message to football guy. Football guy Friday night was ready to check out on the year. It was all over. Football guy was done. Yesterday, football guy with the 7-2 win, football guy was back. It's amazing how much baseball Tim Tadlock learned in less than 24 hours. Now today, football guy is going to be done with you because you dropped a series to the Texas Longhorns, and that's going to be it. I'm looking to see right now if we have the complete updated standings at the Big 12 website. No, we still have it. Houston 3-0. They're really not good. They're beatable. Oklahoma 3-0. Kansas 2-1. Hi there. How do you feel if you're TCU right now? 1-2. They go up to Kansas, and we've seen good teams. Actually, it may be a good sign for TCU. We've seen really good teams over the years, including Tech teams that went to Omaha, go up to Kansas or Kansas State and lose the series. And this is where I want to get into some bigger picture structure on this. After one series, by the way, 1-2, 2-1, not that big a difference. If you get swept on the first weekend series, that's really bad. It's really, really bad. Or if you sweep, it's really, really good for you. If you go 1-2, 2-1, it's all right. Preston, why does it feel like we piss down our legs anytime Burnt Orange is around? I don't know, because Tech's done great around Texas in baseball over the last several years. They've done great around Texas in basketball. They've got a couple of wins in football, Preston. I don't know what world maybe you're living in, Preston. So there you go. I don't know how to help you on that. Maybe you're a Longhorn fan. I don't know, but maybe you just don't pay attention. Chris, football guy reminds me of Randy Quaid's character in Major League 2. First off, you're the only person who remembers any character from Major League 2. All right. So congratulations on that front. All right, so let's go some bigger picture stuff. One, this series shouldn't have been played this weekend. Texas Tech should have been hosting a team from the north. Texas should have been hosting a team from the north. Let them play in good weather. We shouldn't be firing off really good teams early season Big 12 play in the Big 12 like this home, whether it was Tech in Austin or Texas here. This series shouldn't have been played this weekend. You wasted some decent weather. You waste decent weather when you do that. Well, that's not fair to make them open up on the road. Hey, it's not fair. Don't tell me about fair. That comes around once a year in the spring, in the fall, in September, and usually it rains in Lubbock. Don't tell me about fair. You're playing baseball and you're up north. That's the way it goes. If we were playing, I don't know, pond hockey against you guys up north, we'd probably want to play this time of year up there. Yeah, Well, you get the idea. So I hate that this series gets wasted early in the year. And maybe if baseball people get a bigger voice in the room with Brett Yormark going forward, maybe they can do that. Maybe they can get that changed. That it's not because this series is two really good teams. It's because it's two teams that ought to be hosting other teams who typically have bad weather down here. And does that mean if you're Tech that you go play some series in late April or maybe even early May up there? Yeah, maybe so. But I'd rather Tech play in good weather up there late than bad weather up there early and not get a game in and not get a chance to get a win. So thoughts on that right there. We talked about the situational hitting. Today, the Gasparino cash deal where Gasparino runs over him down there at first. You could have easily thrown Gasparino if you wanted to right there. They didn't want to. You also could have thrown anybody who came out of the dugouts from Texas on to the field, and there were several players looking at the video that crossed that line. Instead, the umpires go back there for no reason whatsoever on a replay review to tell us, oh, yeah, he was still out at first. What the hell was that? Again, weak umpiring clown show. Anytime I see Chris Moser out there, I know it's going to be bad. What was the point? And again, replaying baseball, get rid of it at the college baseball level for so many different reasons. You're not good at it. It takes too long. It kills the game. It ruins it. I can live with it. Most of the time, it's not overturned. Stop replay. Thank you. End of sentence. Welcome to my TED Talk. Not really good. Not really good on that front. Okay, I got to address a couple of things. Somebody asked me on Twitter today about Maxey behind the plate. Where's Bazell? Bazell's still sick. Whatever that may be, whatever illness that they don't want to tell us about. Okay, I get it. It's not like we're doing COVID protocol. I think I have an idea what he has, and he'll be back fairly soon. I don't know why we just can't say, hey, this is what he's got. Otherwise, it leads people to speculation, and I hate speculation, and I hate it when people do that because they come up with the wildest scenarios. So they were asking, okay, that it looked like there were a lot of pitches that were close today that Tech wasn't getting the call. Here's the deal: on some of those close pitches, they weren't being framed. They weren't being framed. Which when I frame a pitch, all right, I'm an old catcher, so I got my glove out. Right, got to get my glove up, and it's over here just a little bit. When I frame it, if it's low, I turn it in like this. If it's high, I turn it in like this. I show you the baseball here, the umpire behind me. I don't. If it's outside, I turn my glove like that, like that. I don't do this. I don't do this. I don't do this. When you move like this as a catcher, when you pull a pitch into the zone, even so slightly, elbow move. To frame a pitch, your elbow, as I was taught, as I was coached by some really damn good coaches, your elbow never moves, because if your elbow has to move, you've reached for it, and the umpire's not going to give it to you. So you're framing, you're moving, you're doing this. It's called framing. We have a tendency behind the plate sometimes to pull pitches. That's why you weren't getting those pitches called today. There you go. I'm trying to see if there was other things that we needed to address, discuss, or otherwise here on Diamond Talk from the folks that were jumping in earlier with us today. 97. The 22 to 8. Do we need to talk about any more? Tim Tadlock doesn't let one game beat you. By that we mean he doesn't run out a bunch of pitching that he's going to use over the weekend. He's going to. It's better to get beat 22 to 8 than use your great pitching and get beat 15 to 8. I think we understand that by now. I think we should. Although every year there are some people that are new to that. Other notes from the weekend. Let's see. I want to go back to the Big 12 scoreboard. Thank you guys for hanging out. And come on, give me an update here. There's nobody above you who's going to hold on to it. I think Cincinnati, Kansas at 2-1, so don't worry about that. West Virginia, same thing. Houston will erode. Houston's not a bad team. They're not a great team. We ought to get our D1Baseball.com RPIs out this week, I think, at some point. So I think the best teams in the Big 12 are still stuck in the middle. Tech, Texas, TCU right there. Oklahoma State, we wait on them because they didn't open up this weekend. Somebody had to be the odd man out. And then it's just, how is Baylor 4-11? Can somebody explain that to me? How Baylor baseball is 4-11. They're better than that. That program should be better than that. All right, fire away your comments, questions right now. Thanks to Market Street United Supermarkets, you can get in whether you're on YouTube, whether you are on Twitter Live, Twitter X, or Facebook. We should be seeing those questions. What did you like? What did you not like? Anything confusing about that? Again, today, the frustrating thing was you got to the bullpen, and then you didn't do anything with it. That was supposed to be, when you're rocking and rolling there in the fourth, I'm sitting there thinking, all right, I'm charting this. We're going good. You're getting into the bullpen. This is going to be good. I'll say this, though. File this away today before we get out of here on Diamond Talk, brought to you by Thacker Jewelry. If these two teams play in the Big 12 tournament and there's nothing really on the line, nothing really on the line. Your seed set in the NCAA tournament, their seed set, one way or the other. Watch out. It'll look like South Carolina and LSU in a women's basketball game because there are some hard feelings festering, and they just couldn't come out completely today because the game was so close and the series was on the line that they couldn't risk it. They couldn't get into a beanball war. They couldn't do what they wanted to do. They were this close today, this close. But if we get into the Big 12 tournament, and it's a situation where it may not matter much, watch out. This one's going to be an interesting thing to watch. All right, we appreciate it. We're going to be with you tomorrow, Monday, theraiderland.com. Check out our website, theraiderland.com. 5 things we know on a Sunday. Get ready to hand out some Raiderland helmet stickers tomorrow. And we're just glad you hang out with us on Sunday nights for a Diamond Talk. And we got Raiderland Rewind coming up this week, Thursday night, with Texas Tech basketball from the NCAA tournaments, or NCAA, from the Big 12 tournament. Might as well be the NCAA tournament. The Big 12 tournament is going to be harder than the NCAA tournament for most teams. You guys are the best. We'll see you soon.